Who for Who, a Doctor Who podcast. Series 8, Episode 8, Mummy on the Orient Express.
I was on the Orient Express?
No,
Kind
you
of.
weren't.
Oh, well, that might have looked a little better than I do. The mummy on there.
I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate. Oh, wait, Mummy Southgate.
Oh,
And...
Rob Southgate.
Mummy.
Boy,
Also
No, that's
known as-
Duddy.
these jokes are
Duddy,
flying
are you
fast
my
and
Duddy?
furious. Are you my Duddy? All right, Molly, this was an awesome
I loved
episode.
it. I loved it. I loved
Clara
it. Loved it.
got to be in the best costume ever. She looked so cute.
And
I
why did
loved
she have
her hair.
Why did she have her hair?
To look like a flapper from the 1920s.
Oh, what's
Right.
a flapper?
A flapper girl. It was a.
That's what
it
they
was
call
just
the-
a style back
Yeah, the girls
then.
that dressed it like that, and then they danced a certain way. And
My grandma, your great grandma, was like kind of a flapper. Her wedding dress was short. It was quite scandalous at the time.
so was Mom's, but that's because Mom is short.
Well,
On a normal person, it would have looked short.
hers was quite short.
Oh.
Yes.
So it was just interesting. A little
Yep.
side note there.
Little side note. So this episode, I thought, had a really cool start.
Yes.
And I was kind of thrown by it because it starts out and you see a counter going down in the corner from 66 seconds. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was like something on the TV. I thought it was something like, oh,
It is.
There's no, I know that, but I thought it was like a countdown, like for a commercial or something that was going to happen. I didn't realize it was part of the show, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Why is that going on? And then the old woman died at 0. Suckered in. So what did you think of this mummy?
That was creepy.
Yeah, did you like him? Did you think it was cool?
It was cool. I liked how it ended about him.
Yes. Yeah.
When he
Now-
disintegrated.
You know what? Okay,
Well,
this
I
is...
liked what he turned out to be.
What did he turn out to be?
He turned out to be a ancient soldier that they put like stuff in so he would stay alive.
Right. So that was one thing I wanted to bring up about this. So when we were live...
There's only one thing. It's going to be a
well,
very
no,
short
but
show.
when we were live tweeting during the show, when it was revealed that he was a soldier, a lot of people were tweeting like, "Oh, the soldier thing again. How boring is this getting all season? Everything is soldier, soldier, soldier." And I don't think this was part of that.
Oh, I think it was. It saluted him.
It did salute him.
It didn't salute anybody else.
Oh, because of what
Yes.
Danny
Yes.
said.
So absolutely, I think it was part of it.
Okay, but I didn't
But
find
I don't
it
think
boring.
no.
I didn't find it to be
Oh no.
like, oh, they're doing this again.
Well, and a
But-
lot of people are mad, that he's anti-soldier, and it's like, no, he's allowed to have his opinion. He
Right.
has his background. He has his
Right.
experiences, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that the show or the writers or anybody else is anti-soldier.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say about this, this season has been extremely rooted in the old
Yes.
doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, each time we keep talking about it, we keep seeing these allusions to the old doctors. He had...
Can I say when the doctor said this hysterical line towards the end?
Okay.
When he saw the mummy,
Yeah.
Yes.
the mummy was coming up to him, and "Are you my mummy?"
Yeah, right.
Yes,
Which is
and
one
that's
of the
a
best
throwback
episodes.
from
Yeah.
another episode.
Well-
He said, "Are you my mummy?" I've
Do
got
you know what episode that was?
no.
Was it The
I
Empty
know.
Child?
Yes,
Yes,
the empty
yes,
child.
yes.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh,
And did you notice his outfit? Because they were on a 1920s train in space, okay,
Yes.
which is awesome.
awesome.
I mean, you had me there,
Yes.
okay, but
he was
he's-
wearing something. He was wearing one of the doctor.
he wore the first Doctor's
Yes, it looked just like the first
outfit,
doctor's
right?
outfit.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, and as long as we're talking about those things,
what?
because who knows what I was going to say before. You guys interrupted me,
We
and now I don't remember.
know. It probably wasn't that good.
But
Yeah.
the fourth Doctor was also referenced when he opened a cigarette case full of
Yes.
jelly babies.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was awesome. Now,
Why
You
would
guys-
they have sparkles on them?
No, I think it's like powdered
scary.
sugar.
yeah, like sugar.
Oh.
Now, you guys
Not powdered.
haven't
but-
really watched
No, but we
the
know
fourth
about
Doctor. You
that.
know about him, and you know... Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because you've been...
From the one special,
yes. But
and
from,
they talked about it, and
for me, that was my doctor when I was younger. That was who I was introduced to, was Tom Baker. So the Jelly Babies thing was always a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And even in high school, like Doctor Who wasn't, it was still on, I think, but Tom Baker was long gone at that point. And
you still carry around a packet of Jelly Bellies.
I
Jelly
remember
babies.
that from the German club you could buy as a fundraiser you could buy gummy bears, and the friends of mine I had that had watched Doctor Who, we always would buy them, but we called them Jelly Babies because of Doctor Who. So when I saw those, I'm like, yes,
That's
Fourth
your
Doctor.
German fundraiser.
Yes, it was the German club. I wasn't in the German club. I gave them money because I wanted that. You know who had terrible fundraisers? Were the French club. You know why?
What did they do?
Because all they gave you was an attitude. Thank you.
I don't get it.
No, we don't get it because we like French people.
Yeah.
Yep. I like French fries. French toast.
That's what they gave you. French toast.
I wish.
Oh, yeah. I would just get, here, I give you all the money I have. Give me French toast and French fries and everything that begins with French, and I'll eat it.
No, you would give all that up for French bread.
Oh, French bread.
No, everything that starts with French. So French bread, French
French's
toast,
mustard.
French, everything.
French
Okay.
is mustard? You hate mustard.
No.
Oh, French's mustard. And
Well,
you said
that
everything.
blows your theory.
Done. German club rules because you got gummy bears.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so in the beginning of the episode,
Why didn't they have an English club? Because they could have had actual Jelly Babies.
they played a song. They had a band playing a song from Queen.
Yes.
Don't
Uh-huh.
Stop Me Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know that band. You said they're the Foxes?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to look them up because that was kind of cool. I just don't know who that is. I know who Fleet Foxes are.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it was only part of the band could come.
Fleet
Maybe
had to stay home.
Yeah, exactly. Only Foxes could do
Yeah.
it.
Well, Fleet was back with Wood and Mac to do their band.
I don't
so.
get Wood and Mac.
Fleetwood Mac was a band.
Oh.
I'm so amused by myself. So
I'm not, because I
Okay,
don't
let's
get
talk about
anything.
some favorite lines.
So no, let's talk about
I'm
the
like
episode real
Captain
quick.
You
America,
talk
where
about
he doesn't get any references.
Yeah.
I don't get
Yeah,
it.
you are. You and Mom. So I want to talk about the episode just really quick, kind of a synopsis of what happened, and then we can get into favorite lines and things. Well, because this one was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it started out thinking that it was one thing. We see this mummy, we see the thing counting down. I really believed it was going to be about a mummy that would disappear.
I thought it was Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve.
Why would you think
I'm
that?
just kidding. I just
I
was
don't
saying that
get
because
it.
it's a countdown.
Oh, countdown.
I don't get Dick Clark's Rockin'
You don't have to.
Listen, Cap, you don't have to.
Cap 2.
Cap 2!
Oh, yes. Did you... You should really hear her face.
So,
That was a good
so
one.
did you guys
podcast.
think? Did you guys think that the mummy was going to be the monster?
Yes.
But the mummy wasn't the monster. Who was the
No.
monster?
The monster was
Who was the bad guy?
Well, the bad guy, basically.
Who was the one causing all the trouble?
the... I forget who it was. Wait, who was it?
Gus, the computer.
Gus the computer.
Right. That was the real bad guy, but we didn't
I didn't
know
see
that
that
until
coming.
later. And when they interacted with Gus in the beginning, I thought Gus was kind of funny. It kind of reminded me of Jarvis from Iron Man, where they would interact and go like, "Oh, you can't go in there," and it was just like all friendly and bubbly. Yeah, but he was actually like sentient life that was doing this weird experiment to see how they reacted and how they problem solved.
Well, and he had gotten all the major scientists and people. Did you guys see Einstein?
Okay, I got a
Yeah.
question about
Yeah.
that.
Do you think it was really supposed to be Einstein or it just looked like him?
But how?
How what?
How? How did he have Einstein? And why were all the scientists? Because there were other
There were
scientists in there.
physicists and different people there.
But I bet if you really look into spoilers, you could figure out who they were supposed
Oh,
to
I'm
be.
sure they
because
were all-
Einstein was pretty obvious.
Absolutely.
And there were a couple others that I looked at and went, they
The guy
look
with
familiar.
the long beard.
The guy with
I
the
kept
beard,
thinking
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And so I was thinking they were supposed to be these characters, but then I thought, well, are they all from Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Are they all from Earth's past?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't any
Well, or
of them
would
talk?
it have been in the past in the 20s?
But why didn't any of them talk? Oh, so they were... But did they time travel these people there from the 20s?
Yeah, maybe.
What? That doesn't make sense to me.
None of it makes sense. It's Doctor Who. Is it supposed to make...
How dare
All
you?
this time, it's supposed to have made sense?
All this time, it's supposed to be.
Well, there's a certain amount of logic to it. And this
Okay.
I didn't understand. Plus, they
Question.
didn't talk. If
Okay, because they
Einstein
were
was there-
holograms.
No, Einstein wasn't a hologram. When the holograms
Oh, the other
disappeared-
people were holograms.
Right. Gem and the Holograms, that was the band.
Gem and the
Truly
Holograms.
outrageous.
Yep, they were truly outrageous, and they disappeared.
Okay.
But like Einstein and the others were still there. So I wonder if those were people that were supposed to be dressed like them, like cosplaying them.
They should have played Counting Crows Einstein on the Beach.
I bet they couldn't get the licensing, so they had to get Fox without Fleet.
Right.
But I wonder if that's what it was. In fact, now that I'm saying it, I bet that was it. They were there cosplaying, these physicists and scientists were cosplaying famous ones from the 20s. So that wasn't really Einstein. It was just somebody who was supposed to be dressed and was probably comparable to Einstein. Make sense?
Not even a little bit.
Makes
I
perfect sense to me.
I didn't hear what you even said.
Did you just tune him right out?
No, I just stood there staring into space.
You're not
Yep.
standing. You're sitting on the couch.
Sit.
Can I just
Fair.
say,
We don't make you stand during your
regardless
podcast.
of that, it was an episode about
Oh yeah, that
a
would be
train
fun.
and
in
lots of
space.
doctors.
And
Yeah.
lots of doctors. How awesome.
Yes.
I
Mom likes the doctor part.
thought it was interesting also that Gus was targeting from the weakest up. So whoever was the most sickly was
Yes.
going to be targeted for whatever reason. And it could be psychological, it could be physical, which means probably the doctor would have been the last one because he's got the two
survival of the
hearts
fittest.
and everything. Really interesting. But why was he the only one of these brilliant people that was conversing? That's the thing that I thought was a little weird. I don't know why the others, if they were all these
I don't
brilliant
know what
scientists,
conversing means.
talking.
Having a conversation.
The only ones. Did you sit too close to the microwave tonight?
Yeah.
Yep, something happened.
We didn't
I
have
think
a
all of us
microwave.
did. So here's my question. Why was it that the only one that seemed bright enough to figure anything out, other than the doctor, was his name Parker?
Perkins?
Perkins.
The janitor guy.
Yeah. Okay. I don't understand.
And then he asked him to be his companion.
He did, and Perkins said no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Perkins will come back at some point, but I'm glad.
He would be the most boring companion.
No, I think he'd be interesting, but as this version, I think he'd be boring because it would always be,
Boring.
"Hello, Governor, I'm just fixing this."
Yeah, I know. I didn't
Boring.
like it. I was glad he said no.
But I wasn't. I kind of think that it would be interesting to reapproach him later.
I don't think they will. He was a plot device to get Clara.
Okay.
I think it was.
I also am starting to think Danny's not going to travel with him.
Unless she tells him the truth.
Tell who the truth.
She's lying to him. Claire's lying to Danny.
No, I watched it carefully. We watched it twice.
Yeah, we did.
I watched it carefully. So
she is going to. She hasn't yet, but she's going to. She said, "Oh, he's fine now." He's not fine. She's going to hide.
One. Nope. I can correct all of this.
Go for it. I
So
don't believe you.
if you pay attention to the first conversation that Clara had with Danny, I thought that on the first viewing, what you're saying. If you pay attention to what Clara and Danny were talking about in the beginning, Danny said, "You're being rash."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Why are you giving this up?" He is not pushing for her to stop. He also said that she was acting like that. It was just like, "You're just scorching the earth," is what he said to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're upset and you need to rethink this. Okay? He is not encouraging her to stop. She is using him as an excuse. So at the end, when she talked to Danny, if you listen to the dialogue, he says, "So how did everything turn out? Did you finish?" He wasn't talking about, "Did you cut it off with the doctor?" He meant this adventure. And then she hung up and she's like, "Danny's good with it. I'm going. This is going to be," because she had to come to that realization that, yes, this is what I want. I don't think Danny has a problem with it in any way.
Okay.
Now, here's the other thing, though. For, what is this, the 7th episode or the 8th?
8th.
Okay, for 7 episodes, because Danny wasn't in the first one.
I think he was.
I have been saying that my hypothesis was that Clara something was going to happen to her and Danny was going to be traveling because of what his
But no, that guy.
grandson said, that there's talk about one of my grandparents.
And it's her.
But now I'm thinking,
It's her.
I'm thinking
and he
Danny
never
doesn't travel.
traveled.
I'm thinking, yeah. He doesn't travel. She does. And I think that's a really interesting take on it.
Just get me back in time.
That
as
also-
long as you return
Just
me.
like Back to the Future.
As long as you return. I'm ignoring you.
Oh, I wish that had been the soundtrack.
Oh.
What if the Foxes had sung Back in Time by Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh,
I
that'd be
hate
awesome.
that song.
Oh, that would have been
that song.
awesome.
You are no longer my child.
Why?
That would have been awesome,
I'll
Molly.
sew 24 hours with you.
How about high five to me?
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
We did it on a podcast.
That's right.
Again.
So there you go. That's my new theory.
All right, I'm with you.
That's what I'm throwing out there.
Yeah.
So you got some quotes, you said. Oh, wait. So did we wrap that up as far as basically the plot is this mummy is an illusion or a device of
It's a
Gus.
hologram.
Right. But it's
Oh,
a
no, not that
No,
one.
it's not really.
The other ones were holograms.
But it's a device of Gus to be used to see how these brilliant minds problem solve this issue.
Yeah.
And it's using this myth, which is this soldier who is a mummy. And the doctor
Called
is
the Foretold.
the Foretold, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And the doctor is the one that figures out we have to surrender to it.
Well, and
once
it's
he
an
And he
surrenders,
says, we surrender, and he salutes.
and everybody
he-
can see him then too, because only the victim
Yeah.
could see him before that. But now everybody can see him. So that's basically what it is. And then the
And
hologram
he has
goes
a
away.
time limit of 66 seconds
Yes.
before it kills.
And the way the doctor solves it is he uses the one woman as bait,
Maisie.
Yeah.
but nobody knows
Clara's
this, and
friend.
Claire is furious because she thinks the doctor is just sacrificing this woman. But he does that so that he can get in there and he can take her mind to fool Gus, so that the Foretold goes after the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he solves
this. Hunger Games.
Yes, he was the tribute.
Yes.
So there you go. That's it, basically.
Mhm.
Doctor solves it, and then we'll get to the end in a little bit, because the end is really important.
Okay, so some of my favorite things.
I want to hear.
His cell phone. He had his cell phone, and he had the cord hanging off.
Yes!
Yeah, but it wasn't on to
It was just
anything.
hanging there.
Of it. No.
That was
it
a good
wasn't
one.
attached
You
to
should make
anything.
my favorite things about Doctor Who book. One of
I
them
think-
just have the cord with the cell phone.
If I were to cosplay the Doctor, this is the outfit I'd wear with the cell phone with the cord hanging down. I think that is really funny. Either that or that dotted shirt that he wears, because that thing's
I
awesome.
hated that
I
shirt.
hate that shirt.
That's my favorite.
I am going to disintegrate it and rip it
Wow.
into existence.
Into existence. You're going to rip it into existence.
Or out of existence.
Out of existence.
You are crazy train
Okay,
tonight. In space.
When he was talking to the guy on the train, and he said, "I'm your worst nightmare."
Uh-huh.
And the guy conjured up, "Oh, he's a mystery shopper." When he saw the
The mystery
blank
shopper.
paper.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he always uses that.
Right,
It's something
and so
different. This was the first time I've seen
this
mystery
guy
shopper. That
says-
was funny.
I don't know
Okay.
what a mystery shopper is.
All right, it's somebody when you're you go into a store or wherever. Like on this case, he was supposed to be a passenger on this train,
Mhm.
and the mystery shopper will secretively be watching
Analyzing
and reviewing.
everything, and then they tell the bosses.
They tell them what they think,
Right.
what their experience was like. So this
Ooh.
guy's biggest fear, his biggest nightmare was that there'd be a mystery shopper on board.
Right.
And so he says, "Oh no, a mystery shopper." And the doctor's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah."
Yeah,
a
because he
mystery
doesn't
shopper."
know what the paper is going to say.
And he's like, "Really? That's your biggest nightmare?" And he says, he wants an extra pillow. And he says, "And I'm very disappointed with the breakfast bar and all of the dying."
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Now, this is also an interesting thing. This was a thread throughout the episode that was very important at the end, and it was actually done in a way that wasn't, I mean, it was blatant, but it wasn't obvious, if that makes sense. The doctor at this point and throughout was lying, and people kept calling him a liar, and Clara was getting angrier about that because he lied. She felt he lied before. She felt he was lying
And he
here.
asked her to lie to Maisie.
He had her lie to Maisie, but then we find out it wasn't that he was trying to manipulate the situation to save people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course,
That-
he's the doctor.
Of
Yeah.
course, but it was great how they did it because I kept thinking, why is he lying this way? Why? Maybe she's right to leave him. Maybe, this iteration of the doctor is a jerk.
What?
Well, no, maybe he's got to change. But then we got to see his true nature. I think that he is more calculating than some of his previous iterations.
He's certainly crabbier, but I like
that. He is
that.
crabbier, but he said that he gets to be Scottish.
Not
so
everybody likes that, but
I love
think
it.
it's
Love
hysterical because I kind of act that way too.
Yeah.
Well,
So he
you.
gets
you've
to
got
tell
the angry
everybody to
eyebrows,
shut
too.
up.
Yeah.
All right, if only they could hear this face.
The angry eyebrows.
So yeah, I think that
Angry eyebrows face.
Yep.
now I
When they could hear that one.
And when Clara says to him, "I really thought I hated you," and he says, "Thank God you kept that to yourself."
You know what? As long as you're doing quotes, there was a very funny thing.
But wait, but I wasn't done with that quote.
Oh, okay.
So then Clara responds, she says, "I could never hate you, but I cannot do this anymore, not the way you do it."
Oh, okay. So now you're getting into the feels part of it. Cause,
Well, there were so many.
There were. And this was
And they were
so
like,
hard to
it's a
watch.
good one to end on.
Yeah, the whole...
Oh.
Now, watching it the first time, not knowing that ending that we've already talked about, I found it very difficult. Once again, with his lying and stuff, and then her saying, "This is the last time," and everything.
Right.
I was thinking, this is going to be it. Danny, she's going to still be on the show, but Danny is going to travel with her. Like that. No, that's what I thought. I thought this is what happens. That theory I had was right from before, and that it was really like a tragic ending. I was very upset by it, and boy, the emotions when she's saying, I don't hate you,
Right.
but this can't be anymore. And when he says this is a good one to end on,
Right.
it's like,
and he said, "Oh, there it is again, the sad smile." And he said, "Two emotions at once." And he said, "It's like you're malfunctioning."
Yeah, right. And you know what? She kind of was.
Yeah. Well, she was. She had a big wobble.
Yeah, she had a big wobble is what she said.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I do want to bring up, aside from all the feels, I want to bring up the quote I was going to say.
Wait, well, were we finished talking about her big wobble?
I don't know. Were we?
It's funny.
I think I'm doing a Clara. I'm avoiding the pain right now because
Well,
this is so... Well, watching it the first time, it was really painful.
And I don't think that...
Second time, it didn't bother me as much.
I think that Clara in this episode has kind of had... She's gone the whole spectrum.
Okay.
So, you've got her in the beginning just resigned to the fact that I'm done. I don't want to be friends with him anymore.
Right.
I don't want to do this anymore. And then you've got her at the end, all of a sudden, all right, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. I just had a wobble. It was a big wobble, and it's like, wow, that was really kind of dismissed the last several episodes where she was really...
Well, you know what I think
struggling.
that is? I think that it had to break. I think she reached the breaking point in this episode.
Yeah.
Where she either was going to be done or it had to be completely like, I was not in my right mind with this. Because when Danny didn't even bring it up either. He was just like, how did it go? I think that was what made her go like, what am I doing? And she had to break from it. Does that mean that there's no residue? No. Here's what I also was thinking, and I didn't think it until this episode, and it was really at this moment at the end. I think that it was here where she finally accepted this doctor.
Yeah.
Because even in the other ones, when she was being flirtatious with Danny, when they showed her doing that thing where she was going on all the adventures, just coming back, wet or out of breath. Yeah, she was doing these things with the doctor, but was she really accepting him?
No.
It
and
wasn't
every
until
episode,
the last second that she was like, show me planets.
And every...
Oh, she actually said that. That was hysterical.
Yes.
Show me planets.
Yes. And then they both pulled the thing down. That was where she accepted. That other guy is still in here. This is you.
Every other episode, she has dug at him about
Right.
it. Like, she has said, you're different. This was the first episode she didn't say it once.
Right.
And she said to him...
But do you think that's because she said it was weeks of her hating him?
Yeah.
So she hadn't seen him in weeks.
I also think it was this particular scene. Because until this, I think throughout this exchange from him regenerating, I think she has felt like she holds the cards and she gets to be the one to say whether or not, like, what's happening. Well, he said to her, "To our last hurrah." And then she said, "Well, it's not like I'm never going to see you again." And he goes, "Isn't it?"
Right.
And then she goes, "Well, what? No. Don't you come to people's houses for dinner or anything? Do you do that?"
Yeah.
And he's like, Oh, I guess maybe, and
Like, you've never seen him do that with companions. Like, for you, okay.
Matt Smith did.
He did.
Oh, he does it.
He did. Remember, he went for Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah,
one of the two.
he did Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so
no, they don't have Thanksgiving there.
Right. So it's got to be Christmas.
Yeah, he went to something with Clara.
Right.
Clara's family, right?
Yes. So yeah, he went. It was Christmas.
Oh yeah, he did.
So then she should
that
know
one
that because
episode
she
was
said, "Don't you
hysterical.
go to people's houses for dinner or anything?"
Yeah.
Why would she act like that never happened?
Well,
before?
because that was a one-time thing for Christmas. It's not like he goes there socially.
Right.
Otherwise,
I think he did with Amy and Rory though.
Well, that's
But
because
she
he
wouldn't know
loved
that.
them.
Right.
she
That's
wouldn't
'cause
know
he
that.
loved them.
But
Did he go for dinner or was he just around? Because he's been around
he was
Clara a
around,
lot
yeah.
too.
But the fact of the matter is, I think that was the first time it sort of shook her, and it was like, no, you're either in or you're out. He was really giving her the ultimatum at that point.
I think so too.
He was saying, I'm not playing this game anymore.
Right.
Either you're with me and we're gonna have a relationship on whatever level, or you're gone because I need to go find another companion.
I think you're right, because I think going forward, there may be some residue to this, but nothing like what we've been seeing.
Yeah.
And I think this was the moment where she accepted it.
Yes.
Where she went like, you are looking out for people. Because he said it
That
to her
was
at the end.
not in this moment.
Right. But he said it to her at the end. Does it make it easier for you if you think of me as being heartless?
Yes.
And
so that she could leave, because then it's his fault.
Right. And I don't think, well, maybe he was doing some of it to set her up so that she could separate.
Absolutely. What he was doing is saying, you're either here or you're not. But I'm going to give you whatever you need. If you need an excuse to leave.
If you need me to be heartless, I'm going to do it.
You go for it.
But at the same time, I'm going to save anybody I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in the last second, the train explodes, and then you see him on the rocks, and he's like, I let you sleep because you were out. And I saved all those people. I mean, that's crazy.
It's so funny. It looks like that one scene from another episode, but not from this season. I forget.
Oh, the moon
something.
one.
No. It was really important part, and they were right there. Like, it looked just like it.
Was it the one with River Song?
Yeah, I think so. It
from
was
the
special.
Oh, are you talking when they're at the rocks?
Yeah, on the beach with the rocks.
Are you talking about the one where she was the astronaut and shot him?
No, I think I know. I think that was the dinosaur one where they're with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaurs on the spaceship one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I haven't seen that one in a while, so I don't remember.
Yeah, they went in there and then they went out and it had all the rocks and stuff.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
You're probably right, because the two of us usually are wrong when it comes to this stuff.
I think they made like a big decision right there.
Yeah.
And stuff.
We'll have to go back and watch that and see.
Yeah.
And that could be an important part. That was the other thing I wondered, was that city. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know enough about these.
It was pretty random, because it was like this desert and then a
city. Yeah, well, and he said this is the only city around here, but I wonder if that's a city we've seen before.
Probably.
I just wonder. I mean, they could be anywhere, but I'm kind of thinking that was one that we've seen before in the distance. Sure. This just seemed that way, like someplace he goes once in a while. So, okay.
But in his spare time, he just sits there in the jacuzzi, in the spa.
In his TARDIS?
Yeah. No, in that city. I was kidding.
Oh. And he says to her at one point at the end here, he says, sometimes the only choices you have are bad ones. And he said, but you still have to choose.
Right.
And
right,
so
you don't have it. I mean,
yeah, and he's in
that tough spot a lot.
But she is on this day because either she leaves and she never sees him again, and that's a bad choice, or she stays and has to sacrifice to stay with him, and it's a bad choice. She doesn't want to necessarily be there.
Well, but I think the sacrifice that she was having to stay with him, if you're talking Danny, is in her head. Because I think that she really was thinking, this is putting too much pressure on my relationship. Mm-hmm. And you're getting in the way of my happiness and all that. And it was when Danny did that at the end where she, where she realized.
When she knew that she could call him, he was like, okay, then you come back home and we play, and we have fun together.
Right. Right. And for him, I'm sure it's not a lot of time that she's gone because he gets them back pretty quickly.
It was what was happening before, though, was that she was not coming back. She was blowing him off essentially, like. With Danny, she wasn't coming on time. She was leaving. She was coming and all frazzled, and she was leaving him out of it. He just didn't want to be left out.
Right.
He said, "If you're getting to see these things, you darn well better tell me what you're seeing,
Right.
and you need to share it with me."
Right.
But there was no episode where I ever felt like he had said no to her.
Me either.
But I thought maybe something had happened over those couple of weeks.
And now when you think about it, maybe the way that the doctor was reacting to Danny was that Danny was going to cause that problem for him and Clara.
Absolutely.
And Clara was now projecting it on the doctor between him and Danny. And Danny just really wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And now
the doctor wasn't.
Now we're resolved.
Yeah. So
and I like Clara. I know that I read things where people don't like her as much.
What?
Yeah, I hear that. Not as much as they liked Amy. And then I hear a lot of people didn't like Amy nearly as much as Rose.
What?
Yep. I like all the companions.
Yeah.
The only
I
one,
just love the show. I mean,
the only one I felt got shortchanged a little bit was Martha Jones. You guys didn't see her, but she loved the doctor, and he was completely oblivious the whole time. And I always felt like he just wasn't giving her that little bit of acknowledgement that she needed. And it made it kind of a tragic companion for me, even though I loved her. I thought she was awesome. And I love how her story resolved. And you guys will see that when we do that part of the series.
When we do all the feels part.
Yeah, because
Every
it's
single
really cool.
last episode with the companions.
Yes. So
and Clara says to him, "Do you love it?" And he says what? And she said, "Being the man making the impossible choice."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's the impossible girl.
Right.
Right.
The impossible man.
Yep.
But you know, I thought
wouldn't that make Danny the impossible man?
No,
if
because
she got married.
No, she's the impossible girl because she was in all these different
She's
timelines.
in every
and he kept
storyline, every part
her.
of his storyline.
Right, and he's like, that doesn't make sense that I keep running into you.
Yeah.
And Danny's not impossible. Danny's just Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rory wasn't then.
Rory
waiting,
went with them.
really.
No, he went with them.
I know, but he got the boy who waited.
True, because he had to wait for Amy. Sure. That all makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's the impossible boy.
That sounds like he's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So is that it for this episode? Have we touched on everything?
No, I want to. We didn't do the entire final line, and I loved it.
Okay,
when
let's hear it.
Clara explains, I just had a big wobble and whatever, but she says, "Shut up and give me some planets," and then she says, "What are you waiting for? Let's go!" And then they did it.
Remember that planet I told you about that's made entirely out of shrubs?
Yes!
She was like, "Yeah, I want to see that."
Who doesn't?
So as long as he gets her back on time and he doesn't
if he respects that part of her life,
her boundaries, then she will continue to travel.
Yeah. If he doesn't take her on an adventure every single morning of every single day,
Well,
like once a week.
Or at least
you think once a week is what Clara's looking for,
or at least get her
5
back in
times
time for her stuff and allow her to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if he's getting her back at the same time and she's been up for 24 hours, it's just like we saw where she ate and then she's like, "Oh no, I just ate."
Again.
Yeah. So he's got to be aware of that kind of stuff. But once again, puts him more in the father role.
Yeah.
Which is something that I think is a theme.
Yeah, I really see that.
Yep. He's got to take that responsibility.
And it was cute how he was like a father when she's got her little dress on and then he's standing right next to her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She looked really cute.
Yeah.
I loved her outfit.
I'm going to get that haircut someday.
Oh, okay. You've had it before.
I have? Oh, yeah, I have.
When you were 3.
I'm going to look like the mummy someday.
No, you're going to be the doctor.
Yeah, I'm going to be the doctor.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't have a bald spot.
You're going to get angry.
Doesn't have angry eyebrows.
I don't have angry eyebrows.
No, you're going to pencil on big angry eyebrows.
Pencil them on. Like Uncle Leo when he had the big angry eyebrows on Seinfeld.
We could just get him those stick-on ones like
Ooh.
actors wear.
I would get it so that they look like I'm shocked all the time. So everyone would be like, "What's wrong with you? What? Why are you so shocked?" Have them all raised up. Be awesome.
Astonished eyebrows.
Astonished!
Yeah.
And then I'd be the astonishing Rob Southgate on my podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap it up.
All right. That's
Great
it.
episode.
Yeah, thank you for listening, everybody. This has been Coo Coo for Who. You can find past episodes of this and all of our social media links at our newly designed website, or I should say, in the process of being newly designed website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
correct. And you can find us on iTunes and on Stitcher and on TuneIn Radio. Actually, I think we just added a new one. Player FM, we're on now, and SoundCloud. And we had a big thing happen in the last week. If you go to iTunes now and you click on our name when you're looking at the shows, it'll take you to our provider page, which we now have our own provider page. It's got our logo. It's got top-rated episodes. It's really cool. We tried to put filters on there so you can see what shows people are really into and what the newest things are. And we're just having a lot of fun with that. We even made a filter for shows that are family shows like this. So if that's really what you're into, you can see all those shows in one place now. So very cool. Please rate us and review us. It really helps. It draws other people to our shows, and it tells us what's going on too. If all of a sudden we got a bunch of 1 stars on this show, we know we got to make a change. Molly's out.
What?
All
I
right.
don't think it would be her.
I don't think it would be her. So that's it, everyone. Thank
Who are
you
you
so
saying
much
you're
for
calling
listening.
out?
Until next time,
Alonzi.
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.